He was known as Fat Tony, but the name didn't matter. What mattered was power. Power built on chemicals, fear, and a trail of bodies. Tony Mokbel didn't just traffic drugs, he trafficked influence. Through the underworld of Melbourne, he rose from a pizza shop boy to a kingpin. And when the walls closed in, he disappeared, vanished, as if the earth itself had swallowed him whole. This is the true story of the man who outran justice and the empire he left behind. Tony Mokbel was born Antonios Saji Mokbel in Kuwait, 1965. His Lebanese Christian family fled civil unrest and brought him to Australia when he was 8. They settled in Brunswick, Melbourne, a working-class suburb, a hard place to make soft landings. Tony didn't speak English. He struggled through school, alienated, misunderstood. But there was one thing that kept him tethered: Australian rules football. Then, on his 16th birthday, his father drowned. That single event changed everything. Tony dropped out of school, and the boy with promise took his first steps into the shadows. Tony started small, delivering pizzas, but within 6 years he wasn't flipping dough. He was flipping kilos, ecstasy, cocaine, amphetamines, marijuana, and behind it all, a criminal syndicate known as the Company. By the late 1990s, he wasn't just playing the game, he was the game. In 2000, he imported 550 kilograms of pseudoephedrine, enough to manufacture $2 billion worth of street drugs. This wasn't street-level crime. This was industrialized, multinational narco-trafficking, and he ran it from the shadows. Mokbel's empire was vast, but so were his enemies. He survived a brutal beating by a bikie enforcer at a gangland meeting in 2002. He laundered money through brothels in Melbourne's CBD. He dealt with figures like Andrew Veneman and Mick Gatto, names that sent chills down law enforcement spines. And still, he kept climbing. Still, he kept moving. By 2001, authorities were closing in. Informants, wiretaps, surveillance, Operation Piranha had him in their sights. He was arrested for a minor cocaine import, but that was just the tip. On bail, he continued orchestrating drug shipments, even negotiated deals with undercover cops posing as suppliers. He was bold, brazen, and then, in March 2006, he disappeared. He reported to police in Melbourne. That night, he vanished. From a rural hideout in Victoria, his associates bought a yacht, Edwina. They claimed it was for tourism. It was for escape. They trucked the vessel across Australia and off the coast of Geraldton in remote Western Australia. Mokbel boarded. On Christmas Eve, 2006, he arrived in Greece, disguised, hidden, gone. In Greece, Tony Mokbel became Haros Antoniou. He dyed his hair, changed his appearance, but the pressure didn't ease. Australian authorities offered a $1 million bounty. The manhunt went global, and on June 5, 2007, at a cafe in Athens, he was found. He was smiling when they cuffed him. Mokbel fought extradition for almost a year, leveraging his Lebanese citizenship, appealing to Europe's highest courts. But nothing stopped it. In May 2008, he was flown back to Australia aboard a private jet, costing taxpayers nearly $500,000. He entered prison to serve a 12-year sentence handed down in absentia. But that was just the beginning. Mokbel was soon charged with 2 gangland murders. One charge dropped, one led to acquittal. But in 2012, he pleaded guilty to drug trafficking on a massive scale. 30 years behind bars, a minimum of 22. Then, everything changed again. His lawyer, Nicola Gabo, better known as Lawyer X, was revealed to be a secret police informant, a betrayal that may have tainted his conviction. For nearly 2 decades, Tony Mokbel sat behind bars. A drug kingpin silenced, a chapter closed, or so we thought. Because in April 2025, the justice system cracked, and the door that had remained shut for 18 years swung open. Tony Mokbel was granted bail, not parole, not early release, but bail, pending a full appeal of his convictions. The court cited exceptional circumstances, his rapidly deteriorating health, prolonged delays in his legal proceedings, and most damning of all, the Lawyer X scandal. His former lawyer, Nicola Gabo, was secretly working for the police while defending him. It wasn't just unethical. It may have been a catastrophic miscarriage of justice. Mokbel claims that had he known Gabo was a police informant, he never would have pleaded guilty. And now, he wants those convictions overturned. He isn't just out. He's fighting to erase his criminal record altogether. But freedom comes with chains. He's confined to his sister's home in suburban Viewbank, Melbourne, watched 24/7 by an electronic ankle monitor, subject to a nightly curfew, barred from leaving the state, forced to report to police every single day. A man once worth millions, feared across Melbourne's underworld, now reduced to pacing his sister's garden under the cold watch of a GPS satellite. His appeal is scheduled for later this year, and if successful, Tony Mokbel could walk away, not just free, but cleared. It raises chilling questions. Was Australia's most notorious drug kingpin betrayed by the very system meant to prosecute him? Or is this just another manipulation by a master criminal who spent his life playing the long game? The final chapter hasn't been written yet, but it may be closer than we think. From a struggling migrant boy to Australia's most wanted fugitive, from a kingpin's yacht to a courtroom exit greeted by applause, Tony Mokbel is free for now. But his story is far from over, and the ghosts of Melbourne's underworld don't fade easily. What happens next could reshape the legacy of Australia's deadliest criminal era. Do you think Tony Mokbel's convictions will be overturned, or is this just another twist in a life of deception? Let us know in the comments. And remember, in the world of crime, silence isn't just golden, it's deadly. This is Dead Silence.